Hello and welcome to Eye of Gnosis Tarot. My name is Ewan, and today we are looking at a Valentine's reading for Leo. So if you are a Leo sun, rising, moon or Venus sign, because it is Valentine's Day, then this is your reading. Yep, you belong here. And we're going to be doing what I call, at least, the Temple of Love spread. And in a few moments' time, I'm going to go through what that means. Now, if you haven't already and you like the content on this channel, please do hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. And of course, if you like what you see today and you find the content useful or just entertaining, please do hit that like button. It really helps with the algorithm gods of YouTube. So let's give these cards a bit of a shuffle. So today we're going to be using the I'll show you it. This is the Ethereal Visions deck. It's not the one I usually use. I usually use the Thoth Tarot deck. But I thought this one, it's an Art Nouveau deck, and I thought this one, because it's Art Nouveau, looks pretty. And things that look pretty belong in Valentine's Day, at least according to my logic. Can't say I've ever been very successful on my Valentine's Days, but you know what? There's always another time, and there's always another chance. Until there isn't. Right, so I'm going to shuffle these cards. So I'm just going to go through what we're... actually, no. We'll go through what we're doing with the reading. And then I'll talk about what Leo means for me, just being a bit of transparency and openness, so you know how Leo relates to me. And I'm not just reading for myself. Okay, so the way the Temple of Love tarot spread works is that we have a column here. This represents you, my dear Leo, and we have your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions towards the relationship. And then we have another column here, which is the same, but for the paramour in your life. And then we have what they bring to the relationship, what you bring to the relationship, the current status of the relationship, and then we're going to have the near future, the mid future, and the far future. And from the bottom of the deck, at the end, we will pull what's called a shadow card. And this is acting as a kind of a warning or something to be mindful of regarding the relationship. And this, it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, this reading. It could be a work colleague, could be a family member, it could be purely platonic and a friend. But I think as it is Valentine's Day, we're going to be leaning more into that romantic angle and the Temple of Love, as I call it. So, as I always do with these readings, I talk a little bit about what the sign means for me. So, I don't have any asteroids or planets in Leo, but I do have my vertex in Leo. So maybe one day I'll meet a Leo and they'll be the one for me, or have a significant Leo placement. And that is something to add. If you don't resonate today with your reading, this might be because of your other placements. And do get a free birth chart online. They're all over the place. And you can look at your sun, your rising, your moon, and your Venus signs, see which signs you have those planets in. And you can go and look at my other videos for those if this reading doesn't resonate for you. I'm going to hazard a guess you're probably a Leo sun coming here today. But do look at your rising, you'll need your birth time for that, and definitely your moon and your Venus signs. Okay, so I think that is everything. So without further ado, just checking. Yeah, that's definitely everything. We're going to get on with your reading, Leo. And we're going to pull the first card of the deck, and this is going to be your thoughts regarding this relationship. So before I put the card down, just keep in mind the person who you have a special connection to. Again, this can be a past relationship, this can be a current relationship, or it may be a future relationship. Let's do it. Okay, Leo, so we have fire energy straight away, straight off the bat. This is the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands is known as swiftness. In the Thoth Tarot deck, it is Mercury and Sagittarius, that is my placement, and it is speed of will, speed of energy. And I won't go through the full details till we've got all the cards down, but at the moment I can already see that you're rushing towards something, at least in your mind. You might not be physically. We'll have a look. So what's going on in your heart, Leo? You have a big heart, Leo. You have a big heart. And you do. The Three of Cups. Now, if there was a card to have in the heart position, it would be the Three of Cups. It is a beautiful card. Abundance in the Thoth Tarot deck. Fantastic. And your actions in this relationship, Leo. The Knight of Wands, more flame energy. So the Knight of Wands, this is supporting what you're thinking then. So you really are rushing into this. This is the Don't Stop Me Now card in my repertoire. And in fact, related to that, I do have a Spotify playlist in the description below and on my YouTube channel page. And this essentially is a Spotify playlist I put together, and I've chosen a track to represent each of the cards, starting with the Ace of Wands, going through the court cards, and we go through all the minor arcana, and at the end I've done the major arcana. I will say there are some random ones at the end of the playlist, and they're just songs I haven't yet, I don't know, they just feel like they belong to the tarot and I haven't put them anywhere yet. So please do go and subscribe to that playlist. There's some really good classics on there. And yes, I do have Queen, Don't Stop Me Now, or the Knight of Wands. Okay, so now let's have a little look at what's going on for your that special person in your life. What's this in their thoughts? We have the Death card. Now this is a misunderstood major arcana. It's the first major arcana of the spread, Leo, and it's terribly misunderstood. It's about transformation. Now this could be that they're thinking about ending the relationship if it's an existing relationship. If it's a past relationship, it could be that they are done with you. It could be something as blunt as that. And if it's a future relationship, it could be they no longer interested in you. But I think we'll wait to see what the other cards are before we come to conclusions. It is a transformation card. It is Scorpio's card. And transformation, death is a transformation, and that is why death is the card. Transformation would be a more rounded way of naming this card. Okay, let's see what's going on in their hearts, Leo, regarding you. The Moon, another major arcana. This is Pisces card. That's about reflecting, dreaming, and waiting for something. And also illusions. Interesting. Right, we'll carry on. What's in their actions, Leo? Oh, the Nine of Cups. This is happiness in the Thoth Tarot deck. And that is fantastic. Fantastic card to get, Leo, because it suggests that their actions are moving towards happiness in this relationship, or at least they are seeking happiness in this relationship. So we've got a couple of interpretations already I could give. We obviously haven't got the full spread yet, so I won't jump to conclusions, but we could say, Leo, that you are rushing into this relationship, and it's definitely amour there. You have your passion in the Three of Cups. I think that you think that this is the person for you. And now we come to so that I think that's pretty set. Future cards may change that, but I think that is you, Leo. As for them, there is a couple of interpretations so far, and the other cards shall clarify it. The first interpretation is the good news. The good news is that they are moving towards happiness with you. Or at least they want to move towards happiness. They are reflecting upon this. They definitely see there's something in you, but they're not quite sure, perhaps. Maybe they're waiting for your sun. Your sun rules Leo to rise, like the lady there is in the Moon card. And they could be transforming their lives at the moment, transforming their opinion of you, because they want to seek happiness and they want to see what you're bringing. And you're definitely bringing something soon by the looks of it. The more negative interpretation is all those things, and they are changing their mind because you're not bringing anything. You're not bringing them the happiness they want. Now they could be deluded in this sense, or they may think that you are deluded. We'll just look at the other cards to clarify this. I'm just going to have a drink. So let's look at what they are bringing to the relationship, Leo. And then we're going to see what you are bringing to the relationship. Okay. Oh. Now, I've actually been researching this for my Instagram tarot posts, where I go through all the Thoth tarot deck, going into in depth in the symbology isn't a word, symbolism within the Thoth tarot deck. And I've been researching the Three of Swords, and it is sorrow, Leo. Now, again, though, we are still on two interpretations here. I think in the first interpretation, this is the more positive aspect of the sorrow card, Three of Swords. You may say, well, what's positive about sorrow? See, when we look at the Tree of Life, if I just bring it up. Oh, that's the structure of the universe, folks, and each of these is where the number cards are. And number ones, the aces live here. And we have the number 2s here and the number 3s here. And this is what's called being above the abyss. This is the Holy Trinity. This is Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. And that is pure consciousness without ego. All ego starts 4 below. And the thing is, because it's above the abyss as it's known, it is still very pure and well dignified. 3 is balance and completion in a sense. It's not the completion card, which is a 4, but it is truly complete. It's complete as opposed to completion. And the way to see sorrow in this sense is the swords are thoughts, and a complete thought leads to sorrow because you realise the truth, and that truth is that you are everything. Your consciousness is the same consciousness in your fellow man or woman opposite you, and that creates sorrow because you kills the ego, the thing you thought you were, and there's a lot bound up within your ego. That's it, because your brain will even believe that you have died, and this might be why we have the mystical experience when we kill our ego. And yeah, okay, I'm really thinking how to describe this. Have you ever been, Leo, to a movie or read a book or seen a play or an opera that's really moved you because of the tragedy in it? Yeah, and it's an art form, though. It's an art form, and it's beautiful in its tragedy. So that could be the positive thing here. And you may be saying, well, how is that positive in a relationship? See, that could be them bringing to the relationship. It could be past hurt, and that you are the one to heal those wounds. The more negative aspect is the more obvious interpretation, which is that this is going to be difficult. Yeah, this relationship. We'll see what you're bringing, though. The Eight of Swords. Okay. So that's interference in the Thoth deck. And as you can see there, she's bound up and has her eyes covered with those 8 swords behind her. Looking like there's nowhere to go. And as opposed to other swords cards, which tend to be our own mind causing all the problems, it's not a great suit, the swords. The 8 of Swords is more... It's actually external, real, objectively external problems are causing our mind problems, is the 8 of Swords. And it's a stasis of thoughts. It's like, what can I do? It's giving up in a sense. I think I have a bit of a story about what's going on here with you and this person, Leo, but I'll carry on the reading first. I'm going to put down what the relationship is like at the moment, because I think this will really clarify these two swords cards, which are kind of muddying the waters right now. Here we have the Ace of Cups. Now that is positive. There is love here. There's definitely difficulties, but the Ace of Cups is the first card of the Cup suit, which represents emotion, in a more secular sense, chemicals. And it's pure water energy, so it's pure love. Pure love. Yes, so I think at the moment you're rushing into something, Leo, regarding this relationship, whether it is the relationship or something in the relationship, or rushing back to a relationship. They are moving towards happiness in their lives. Now, this could be subjective happiness, not necessarily true happiness, because we have got the moon here in the heart position. What happiness is for them might not be happiness for everyone else, or it could be comfort. Although the 9 does tend not to be comfort, that tends to be the 4 of cups, or the 10 of cups. But they're definitely moving towards something that they really want to improve their lives. This could be causing transformation regarding to the relationship if they don't feel they're getting this, or if they feel that they are getting it, Leo. Feel they are getting it. Could be that they're transforming from past wounds. So this 3 of Swords is either it's either past wounds, which they're transforming, or it's causing a new wound in this relationship because they've transformed their opinion about you, Leo. Yeah. Either way, they're not being entirely objective about it, Leo. So either interpretation, take it with a pinch of salt. Not what I'm saying is a pinch of salt. What they are presenting as a pinch with a pinch of salt. Observe and offer help where needed would be the if there was advice. I think these are more advice, the future cards, because the future is not set. These cards at the bottom, which we're pulling, are determined by what's going on here. So if you carry on, both of you carry on as what you're doing, then these will stay the same. If not, if you change something here and there, then this will change. And they will be the true advice. So, but the advice I'd offer at the moment is to listen. Listening is such a powerful tool because there's love here. There is love here. And approaching things with compassion. And where can I take the pain away? Where can I help with the suffering? How can I help you walk your path? Because I think really helping somebody is not walking the path for them. It's allowing them to get back to the path that they're on when they're lost. Feels like they're lost. And I think because they're lost at the moment, Leo, whether it's past relationships or this relationship, it's making you feel lost. Yeah, you've got so much love to give, Leo. You really want to give it now. You've got a lot of passion. This is very Leo energy, even though it's Sag cards, it's very Leo as well, because you've got this passion here, this love. And you're feeling lost because you can't put it anywhere. It's being reflected back to you, or it's being transformed into something else. Yeah. You want to fill these cups. You want to be the one filling these cups, Leo. At least I feel that is the case. And at the moment, you are filling a cup. Yeah. And this could be the one that adds to the 9 to make the 10. The 10 of Cups is a satiety. And in a love reading, it means long-lasting relationships and commitment. Even marriage, a marriage based on love alone. Interesting. Well, before I come to any conclusions, I must pull the near future, the mid future, and the far future for you, Leo. Okay, let's go. Ooh. Subjectively, the worst, or the hardest. There's no good or bad cards. The hardest of the minor arcana, Leo, the 10 of Swords, and the picture says it all, really. This is Ruin in the Thoth deck. Funny enough, Sun in Gemini. I'm sorry if you've got Gemini in your charts or if you've got any cross watchers, but too many thoughts going on, overthinking, overanalyzing, and if you know which song that is, you know what the rest of the lyrics are. Don't want the YouTube algorithm to destroy me. Okay. That's very interesting. This is definitely difficult. I think their subjectivity, and I think it is subjectivity, is really having a deep impact on this potential relationship, this current relationship, or a past relationship between you. But there's still love here. Yeah, let's hope it's not forlorn. Okay, we're going to look at the mid-future. Has your sun begun to shine? Yeah. Okay, the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is about making thoughts into a reality. Tornado energy is the earth of air. It's also known as the Princess of Swords in the Thoth deck. And she, like I say, she's all about trying to make our thoughts into something real. And analysing them for that reason. I want to analyse my thoughts so I can make them real, so I can manifest them. And for me, that's what manifesting is. It's I have an idea and I'm going to do it. It doesn't rely on things you can't. It doesn't rely on things you can't see. You're doing it. The things that you can't see in manifestation are your thoughts. So we've got a lot of thoughts going on here. We've got a lot of air energy. Sword, 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 sword. Yeah. Do have a lot of water energy though. That's water, 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 water. So there's love here, or at least a lot of emotion. And none of these seem to be. None of these are difficult cups cards though. So I think that's not a cup card, but death is Scorpio, so it's water. Introspection. It could be that you're rushing into something new, or this relationship, or a past relationship, and they're mulling things over, and they're listening to the heart. I wonder if some sort of past wound, whether caused by yourself or somebody else's, it could be past trauma related to former relationships or when growing up, means that their heart is not seeing things as it is. This might be a case of them listening to their mind as opposed to their heart, but then again, we have got the swords here, which are thoughts. Let's confirm all this with a final card, Leo. And we've got another page who's facing towards the previous page, and this is the Page of Cups, the Princess of Cups. The Princess of Cups is essentially enjoying emotion for what it is, throwing ourselves into the emotion. It is the earth of water, which is essentially life. We are mostly made up of water. Yeah, okay. So what does that mean, Leo, in context to this? I feel this relationship is either broken up, is breaking up, or isn't going anywhere. It's causing a lot of strife, but it's like quiet strife. We haven't got this strife card here. We haven't got any fives, so it's not loud and it's not loud. There's a lot of internal things going on here. A lot of overthinking, because I think this 8 of Swords may potentially be. It's either something in your life that's causing you to not be able to give them what they want, or it's they themselves are limiting you. And there's a lot of sorrow here, really, but it's based in love. But I think because it's based in love, and we know that love does hurt, because it's so important to us as human beings, it's causing a ridiculous amount of overthinking. This is the completion of thoughts, which is, well, I don't need to say it. I don't think it's as literal as that interpretation, Leah. Don't worry, because we do have trying to make something from this. She look at her. I always use with court cards with the direction they're facing. So, for example, got the one knight facing towards yourself here. And we've got the pages looking at each other, and she's looking down at that. And it could be, for example, you thinking about maybe getting therapy or getting them therapy or trying to help them in some sort of physical way, but by thinking about solutions. And then with the Page of Cups, the Princess of Cups, I wonder whether that either doesn't work or it doesn't work as intended, and it just comes down to what actually matters in our relationship. And that was the love. Oh, I knocked the death card. Maybe they've just changed their mind when they were cross-watching. She's holding the Ace of Cups. It's where it belongs to her, the Page of Cups. And it could be if he or she, they are looking for this, and you are trying to give it. Cups again. You might have done it too fast. You might be restricted in some way. They might be wounded in some way, which is making it difficult. And when push comes to shove, after all this pain, trying to figure out what's going on, we come to this conclusion here. We are holding out what you have and saying, look at it. Look at it. Is this what you want? I can give you this, whatever that is. I think it's love. And I do love you. And is that actually what you want? Is your happiness love? That could be what you're saying at the end of this, Leo. Yeah. I think this is really tough, Leo. I wouldn't be surprised if... I was going to say which sun sign I thought this was, but I'm not actually certain. So I think we're going to do a bit of a prediction for the shadow card, which I've usually done by now, but this has been a difficult reading, really, Leo. It's probably the most difficult, or the equal most difficult so far we've done this week, in the run up to Valentine's Day. So, shadow card. Now, if you have a prediction for the shadow card, so the thing we should be mindful of here, please put it in the comments below. If you think you know what it could be, if you have a good knowledge of the tarot. Personally, I think if we have a major arcana, it may be the Hierophant, warning us not to preach and do things for this person, like I was saying earlier about the path. It could be could be the Hanged Man. And in that sense, if it was the Hanged Man, it'd be telling us not to sacrifice everything for someone who is not in the right place yet. Yeah. If you're not the one to heal them, that's no shade on you, Leo. They might need time. They might need a professional opinion, professional help. Yeah, and the Hanged Man would be saying, don't give everything here, Leo. You're giving a lot already, and you're doing it rather quickly, and it's leading to this Eight of Swords. So be careful about giving everything. So maybe the Hanged Man. In terms of minor arcana, now this is always quite hard because there's quite a lot of minor arcana. I think maybe... it may be the Queen of Cups, which is in its shadow aspect. It's about not getting too lost in your emotions. It could be the Knight of Cups, which is essentially the White Knight of the Tarot. It could be warning us not to, again, give too much to this if it's not our place to, in inverted commas, fix it, or fix it at all. It might not be. They might not feel that they need fixing, they need healing. But the Knight of Cups is very much in its shadow aspect. It gives even when it's not asked. So if you have a prediction, I'm looking at the deck now. I'm going to take the bottom card, put it in before I draw it. I've only got one of these right so far. We'll see what it is. Okay, definitely got one. Okay, oh, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so I think this is one I predicted before in the past reading. Obviously, I haven't predicted it in this one. This is similar to what I was saying with the Hanged Man. Whereas the Hangman would be, say, sacrificing all the aces. And the Ace of Pentacles is very specific. And it's very practical advice, which I think is fantastic, because we have no earth energy at all in this reading. So this is not grounded, whatever is going on for you, Leo. Nothing is grounded. And this is perhaps saying to ground yourself. And if there's any physical assets involved in this relationship, not to bind them together. Okay. Do not bind this with the Ace of Cups just yet. Keep your physical assets as they are, I would say. Don't rock the boat. I think the only exception to this rule would be perhaps using things like money to help this person. If you're married, it might be a nice gesture perhaps to offer some money towards therapy if this person needs it. But again, it's an offer, it's not an I will. But what this is not saying is to pay for the entire therapy. This is saying, don't, if you're about to move in together, be careful about any contracts you sign. Anything that's based in the material realm, watch out for. They could have a sudden change of heart, or mind, should I say, which is also in the heart here. The moon is transitionary. It changes very quickly. It's the fastest planet. I know it's not a planet, but in astrology it's called a planet. Of all the other planets in astrology, and it changes very quickly. And and if they have got this, if they're moving towards their happiness, and perhaps this is not an objective happiness. This could be a warning of, don't try and buy happiness, because you become bankrupt. Money can't buy you love. Another reference, and I'm going to put that, maybe put that in my Spotify playlist. Money can't buy you love. Yeah. Okay. So that's been a difficult reading, Leo. I am not going to lie. Obviously, there is a lot of help and support you can get in whatever country you are in at the moment watching this video. And I please do encourage you to reach out for help and support, whether that be professional, familial, or your friends. Because this looks like it's a difficult period at the moment, Leo, and if it carries on like it is at the moment, it could only get more difficult. I think really the advice here in the future cards is really for both of you not to be overthinking this, and finding solutions as opposed to picking it apart. Because when we're picking it apart with the swords, our thoughts, it leads to things like this, and eventually this. I'd say follow your heart, Leo. You've got a very objective heart. There's definitely passion. There's a fire in you, Leo. And maybe think about how you can use that fire to warm somebody rather than burn them. Okay, thank you very much, Leo. If you found this reading useful, please do click that like button to help the channel. And I wish you, or I really do wish you all the best this Valentine's Day. And I hope things get easier. Just keep in mind what we've gone through today. And I'll see you guys in the next reading. If this didn't resonate with you, and you want to look at your sun, rising, moon, and Venus signs. Thank you very much, Leo. Goodbye.